So you probably read the title, but in case you didn't, allow me to explain this video to you. I play a lot of chess. Am I good at chess? But I do play it, and I have a lot of fun with it. Now, a friend of mine, HxD, had this idea to replace the just don't settings death messages in GD with the messages that chess.com shows you in the analysis when you make a mistake. However, in order to replace these, you have to know how to mod the game. Unfortunately, as you all should well know by now, I'm a complete dumbass, and therefore do not know how to mod games. Luckily, the modding community in this game is pretty active, so it should just be a quick Google search and some scrolling to find the tutorial. Okay, so my first idea was to try to see if there was anything related to this in the publicly accessible Steam game files. Oh, how naive I was. Then I began to fruitlessly search for like an hour. I didn't manage to find what I was looking for, but I did manage to find something else that was pretty interesting too. Okay, so I managed to find this file called bi_destroyed users, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but what it seems to me from the name and just the stuff in it is probably the icons that go across the screen that you can destroy. They seem to be sourced from actual players in the game. I have yet to verify whether or not this is true, but that's what it would seem like. Now, obviously, I could be very wrong about this, and I know absolutely nothing about code, so if someone who actually knows what they're doing could explain this file, that would be awesome. So after fruitlessly searching and laughing at the resources folder, why is there a file dedicated specifically to a 1 pixel? And why is there an HD pixel that's slightly bigger? I decided to move on to another method. I had the idea to try to access the code inside the exe file. I'm sure that's going to be super easy, right? I downloaded an app called Resource Tuner because I looked up how to edit exe files for maybe 2 seconds and then downloaded the first app I saw. So Resource Tuner basically just shows me a bunch of images and tell me that they speak Swedish for some reason. I don't know, Geometry Dash icons speak Swedish then. Cool. Good for them, I guess. Anyways, that was a fruitless endeavor, so after looking up the same thing in 12 different ways to try to get different results, I came across a collection of Geometry Dash related things on GitHub and started scrolling through them to try to find something. And then I found the GD source code. Yeah, GD decompiler by Wiley Master is an attempt to decompile the Geometry Dash source code. It seems a little incomplete, but hey, I'll take what I can find. Anyways, that's cool and all, but it was not at all what I was looking for, so I began searching for another solution for the third time. I went back to the GitHub page and started scrolling again and found some pretty interesting things. For instance, I found a mod called Coco's Explorer, which highlights the nodes that are being used in the game. Not sure how that's going to help me right now, but very cool. I also found this thing called Geometry Dash Modder, but I'm kind of really stupid and I don't know how to code in C++, and I'm kind of about to go learn how to mod Geometry Dash in C++ just for some stupid joke. So I found this tutorial on making a no-clip button for Geometry Dash by GD Fire Mario 211. It seems like a solid tutorial, but again, I am a very small brain, and I don't know anything about anything in this field, so don't listen to anything I say. Link to the tutorial will be in the description, though. So I started watching, and wow, that's kind of nuts, isn't it? So after I completely ignore any and all warnings pertaining to potential mental harm, I began to follow the tutorial. First, you gotta make sure you have the latest version. You gotta make sure you download this standard CP.h engine, create a header and CPP file for pausing. Now we go back to dll.cpp to call create. Wow man, that's insane. Anyways, I have no idea how any of this works. And as expected, once I finished the coding area of the tutorial, I tried to press the build button, which is what the video says to do, and I'm presented with approximately 8 errors. So yeah. Goodbye to that idea. At this point, I was ready to become forklift certified. Oh my god! But I wasn't done yet. IceboxOG tagged HJFOD on Twitter and asked how this kind of thing could be done. HJFOD wasn't online at the time though, so we had to wait till tomorrow to continue with our really stupid quest. When I woke up the next morning, Ice had DM'd me, HJFOD had replied, and well dang. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to use a hex editor, so it looks like that's going to be the end of that. I downloaded the first hex editor I saw. This website isn't sketchy at all. And dragged the gd.exe file in. A quick Control F to input one of the death messages, and I found them after 3 days. there they are, in all their glory. There's just one problem. I am a moron, and I don't know anything about hex editors. However, even with my tiny minuscule pebble brain, I was still able to notice that I could seemingly only overwrite characters and not add new ones. This is because it will mess a lot of things up if the other hex codes are offset. So instead of opening the exe file in the hex editor, I opened it with Notepad++. Because, yeah. Notepad++. In Notepad++, there are no such restrictions on editing the text, which I thought was good but was actually bad. After I'd replaced all of the death messages with things like, you only had one clear best move, it was then time to try to launch the game. Uh-oh. So yeah, I completely broke it. Whoops. Luckily, I had a backup of the exe file that I'd created prior to doing anything to it, because I had anticipated that I would do something stupid like this. After I had restored the game and it all worked again, I was once again at a loss. I can't make a string of text longer than the original was because it will offset everything else and the game will have a meltdown. But this got me thinking, is that the only reason it's breaking? Because if that's the only reason, if I went by the size constraints, theoretically, it could work. So I started testing this by replacing all of the text in the hex editor with a bunch of random characters but the same number of letters. Would you look at that? It works. So at the end of the day, I still haven't figured out a way to turn the messages into chest messages, but I can still have some fun with it. So, what did I learn from this? Number 1, I can't code. Number 2, it is really hard to learn how to mod Geometry Dash for some reason. There's like one tutorial and nothing else. Number 3, I'm stupid, but we already knew that. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash like and subscribe, or I will drag your PC into the hex editor and make it to where it contains nothing but images of Base Cave. We don't want that. Anyways, that's it. HxD Hex, please make a mod so we can edit these messages. Please, I really want chest death messages, please.